We're in Liverpool, England, a city which has reached some of the highest highs, once a powerhouse of global trade and the second city of the British Empire, crashing to some of the lowest lows, leaving its docks decimated and the city searching for a new identity. So what happened in between? And where are we now? And what caused the city to feel so removed from the rest of the country that some people from Liverpool don't feel English at all? Scouse, not English, or so the saying goes.
I don't live in England, I live in Liverpool, and I'm a Scouser.
So come aboard as we take you on the journey of Liverpool's 800-year rise and fall. And see how its mythical liver birds, Bella and Bertie, are watching over a 21st century Renaissance. We begin in 1207, when King John granted a royal charter to the small fishing village of Liverpool, from the Old English for muddy pool. A castle was built to guard the new port, but for centuries it remained a quiet backwater, trading modestly in the Irish Sea.
It's Wednesday night, it's the midweek derby, the friendly derby. Liverpool, Everton, very exciting.
What'll be funny with this now is most of these people work together. So they'll be in work together, or younger kids will be in school together.
So there's no like great divide. There's nothing like that says you're a Liverpool or an Everton fan.
If your dad's Liverpool or your mum's Liverpool.
But it's not on area, it's not on religion, it's not on...
If you're really unlucky, you're Everton. That's just how it works. But yeah, this will be... So these will be mates in work, but the riot police are here.
Wow, right, still kicking off.
Watching death, and we watch it score. Impossible, come as you are.
Are you a Shegu?
Yeah.
My Yoruba brother?
Yeah.
Where are we?
Yeah, Liverpool. Also, Anfield is the place to be on a match day.
Pre-game.
Pre-game and after game, most of the time, yeah.
Nice. My question is, in this documentary, Scouse not English.
Yeah.
How do you feel about it? How do you feel yourself?
I mean, actually, as a city, we've always looked outwards rather than inwards. So the River Mersey has given us this outlook where, for us, it's been about the world, not about what's behind us, the rest of the country. And I think that's the core essence of Scouse, not English.
As the 17th century wore on, Liverpool's West Coast harbour became an asset. The East India Company had for decades been sailing eastwards towards China and India, but the New World to the west was offering new opportunities for trade. In 1666, a ship called the Antelope left Liverpool with coal, shoes and linen, returning a year later with Barbadian sugarcane. But profits were slim. Traders soon sought something far more lucrative, something that would transform a muddy pool into a city of empire. In 1699, the Liverpool Merchant was the first vessel to complete the dark leg of the triangular slave trade. She left loaded with British textiles, guns, knives and pipes, trading them on the West African coast for enslaved people and goods like ivory and indigo. Her master then sold the 220 slaves in Barbados for over £4,000, more than 1 million in today's money. The same ship returned home with cotton, tobacco, sugar and rice, raw materials for industrial Britain. By 1750, Liverpool had overtaken Bristol to become England's biggest slave port. 30 years later, it controlled 80% of Britain's slave trade. Its advanced dock and warehouse system, built around the famous Old Dock, allowed loading and discharging at any one time, regardless of the tides. Between 1699 and the abolition of slavery in 1807, over 5,300 ships left Liverpool for Africa, transporting 1.5 million people. This brutal business created vast wealth and built some of the city's iconic architecture. Sir John Gladstone, father to Prime Minister William, made his fortune on the slave plantations. He was the most compensated individual at the 1833 abolition. By the 19th century, Liverpool's docks were the largest and most advanced in the world. Albert Dock, completed in 1846, had the world's first fireproof warehouses, hydraulic cranes, and allowed ships to load and discharge directly from the stores. But this wealth was not so evenly shared. In 1841, Liverpool's life expectancy was just 28, compared to 41 in London. This was the high point of the first industrial revolution. As Britain's leading port, Liverpool began building monumental structures like St George's Hall, greeting passengers from the new railway at Lime Street Station.
A 150 years ago, in 1830, a group of people built the first proper railway line in the world across 30 miles of Lancashire between Liverpool and Manchester.
The Liverpool-Manchester Railway was built to rail cotton between the port of Liverpool and the mills of Manchester. But this railway did something more. It was the first to ferry passengers, and it helped turn a small local horse race at Aintree into a national obsession. A link with the London-Birmingham line was completed in 1839, and the Grand National, as it became known, was truly off to the races.
Who am I with? You with Bruce Andrews from Birmingham, B62. Shout out the boys.
First time to Aintree.
First time to Aintree.
Nice.
We do Cheltenham every year.
Yeah?
Obviously, we won large at Cheltenham.
Did you?
So we thought, you know what?
So you're into your jump races?
I do like it. I like gambling.
Today, it's the world's richest jump race. 6.9 kilometres, 30 fences, 2 laps, and £1 million prize.
I won £1 million! I won!
Its iconic course remains the ultimate test of horse and rider. The Grand National itself is run on a Saturday, but I was here on the Friday for Ladies' Day.
Why have you come to the Grand National?
I want to win!
Okay,
I want to pay my mortgage off! I've not even got one! We're vet nurses and we're totally against the races.
What are your thoughts of Liverpool?
Oh, I love it. I support Liverpool.
Really?
Yeah, oh, it's honestly...
Are you at the game on Wednesday?
Yeah, best city in the world.
I thought you were Prince William.
Do you feel more English or Scouse? Do you consider yourself English at all? Why? You can be both. You support Chelsea?
It was Red Rum who captured the imagination of the country in the 1970s, and is still the only horse to have won the National 3 times.
And he's coming up to the line and wins the National.
Today, it's one of the world's most watched sporting events, broadcast in dozens of countries and showcasing Liverpool to a global audience.
So who am I here with?
I'm Glenn.
Glenn.
Yeah, and I'm from Taiwan.
Welcome to Liverpool.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Today's weather is so good.
And you say it was your 5th time in Liverpool?
Yes, 5th time in Liverpool. I'm a huge Liverpool Football Club fan. And the last time is in 2022. And Liverpool hold a parade for the FA Cup and League Cup win.
Do you know about the historical links with China?
Actually, no.
So if you look at the 3 graces you see here, it looks like the waterfront in Shanghai.
Yes, oh, really?
You notice on the Bund?
Yes.
On the old side. You see the buildings are very similar.
Oh, cool, wow.
And so Liverpool
I didn't know that.
And Shanghai are twin cities.
Wow, interesting.
And it has the oldest Chinatown in Europe.
Near the cathedral, yes.
Yeah.
We visited there yesterday. There's a Chinatown there.
Is it good?
We didn't go to the town, but we go to the cathedral, and it's amazing. It's huge.
Yeah. But the Chinatowns, is it good?
I didn't go there.
Okay.
I didn't go to the Chinatown.
Why would you?
We're from Taiwan.
Yeah, well, for one, yeah.
By the early 19th century, Liverpool merchant John Swire and his sons began trading with China, especially after the American Civil War disrupted cotton supply. Swire's joint shipping line, the Blue Funnel, linked Liverpool with Shanghai and Hong Kong, and Chinese seamen started to settle in the city, forming Europe's oldest Chinatown.
Now we're in the oldest Chinatown in Europe. Chinatown, Liverpool. I think this was built fairly recently. It's the largest Chinese gate, maybe the best way to describe it, outside of China, built by Chinese artisans a few years ago.
Today, Swire Group owns a controlling stake in Cathay Pacific Airlines, as well as Asian real estate, Coca-Cola bottling, and a modern shipping fleet. Though it no longer has a presence in Liverpool, its legacy endures, with the current chairman being the great-great-great-grandson of its founder. In a single decade from 1841, more than 1.2 million Irish immigrants passed through Liverpool, fleeing the Great Famine. Many moved on, but many stayed, and at one point, a quarter of the city was Irish-born. Over half of Liverpudlians today have Irish ancestry. The city's Catholic Metropolitan Cathedral, affectionately nicknamed Paddy's Wigwam, and even the Scouse accent, once a Lancashire dialect, bear the imprint of that history. Embodying this outward-looking spirit was Sheikh al-Islam of the British Isles, the man who opened the UK's first mosque in 1889. Born in Liverpool, William Henry Quilliam was a criminal lawyer who visited Morocco as a white Methodist, returning home a Muslim, Abdullah Quilliam. It's thought he was the first native Briton to convert to Islam.
My name's John Stoddard. I'm one of the volunteer guides here in Liverpool Cathedral.
Not a bad place to work.
It's an excellent place to live. So we're here looking at the altar, and that window is paid for by Thomas Henry Ismay. Thomas Henry Ismay founded the White Star Line, and of course the White Star Line goes on to own the Titanic.
By the early 20th century, Liverpool stood at the height of its power, the second city of an empire on which the sun never set, and under which a quarter of the world lived. The skyline was a statement. The Stanley Dock Tobacco Warehouse was once the world's largest building. Oriel Chambers helped inspire the glass skyscrapers of Chicago and New York, and the Three Graces projected a majestic power onto the Mersey and its 7 miles of port. The overhead railway used electronic signalling long before others. Ships, goods, money, everything flowed through the city, which 850,000 people called home. Despite its incredible wealth, Liverpool's rapid growth led to overcrowded slums. Families often lived in single rooms, life expectancy was low, and child mortality high, setting the stage for unrest.
It's the children that suffer. I watch them every day, swarming out like rats drawn to the light.
The 1911 general strike, which began in London, reached its most powerful and violent expression in Liverpool, a perfect storm of disgruntled workers, vital port infrastructure, and deep class resentment. Churchill, Home Secretary at the time, fearing collapse, sent in troops and even sailed the gunboat HMS Antrim up the Mersey, guns pointing towards the city. On the 13th of August, now remembered as Bloody Sunday, soldiers opened fire on protesters, killing 2 men. The violence led to better pay, stronger unions, and a shift in British politics. The following year, the Titanic sank, owned by Liverpool's White Star Line. Though it sailed from Southampton, many of its officers and crews were Liverpudlian, and the Liverpool Echo first broke the story. After World War II, Britain's empire crumbled, then its cities faltered. Between 1971 and 1991, northern industrial jobs fell by 40%, while finance boomed in London and the southeast. Liverpool's docks, built for another era, couldn't keep up with modern container shipping. Legend has it that if the 2 liver birds were to fly away, the city would cease to exist. As Liverpool entered a period of industrial decline, it felt like those mythical feathers were certainly being ruffled. The city of Liverpool would need to find a new identity. In the 1950s, Liverpool was dubbed the Nashville of the North, and Lisa Rosa scored its first #1 hit with How Much Is That Doggy in the Window?
How much is that doggy in the window?
But it was the 1960s Mersey beat scene that put Liverpool back on the global map, with 32 #1 hits.
Liverpool, the Mersey sound. A sound that means something different from what it did when Liverpool was just an important port. Because now, much to its surprise, the great northern city has got a new industry, as incongruous as the soot on its classical buildings.
The Beatles led the British invasion in the US, but it's You'll Never Walk Alone by Jerry and the Pacemakers, sung at every Liverpool home game since 1963, that really captured the soul of the city. Despite musical success, the city was struggling, captured in Cilla Black's Liverpool Lullaby of 1969.
It's quite a struggle every day.
The Beatles split in 1970, and Britain joined what was to become the EU in 1973. As trade moved towards Europe, Liverpool again found its port facing the wrong way.
A beginning of another stage in the construction of a new and a greater United Europe.
While ex-Beatle George Harrison with My Sweet Lord and You to Me Are Everything by The Real Thing kept Liverpool on the charts, the city's decline accelerated. 100,000 people left, driven by job losses and slum clearance. Dubbed the Imperial Mausoleum, Liverpool was on its knees. But on the pitch, it was a different story. Under managers Bill Shankly and Bob Paisley, Liverpool dominated, winning 5 league titles, the 1974 FA Cup and 3 European Cups.
He's led us to the promised land.
This continuity of backroom stuff making Liverpool a contented club.
If you like your job, then you're happy. And I've liked my job at Liverpool and I've been happy.
Liverpool entered the 20th century at its zenith, but by the 1980s, it was near death. The Toxteth riots of 1981 had been years in the making.
More than 100 white and coloured youths fought a pitched battle against the police. Some were as young as 12, the oldest no more than 20.
Unemployment was soaring, and police relations were at an all-time low. The arrest of a young black man on a motorbike ignited a tinderbox of resentment. For 9 days, the streets of Toxteth became a war zone, with tear gas used by the police on British soil for the first time. The Thatcher government was advised not to forget the option of managed decline by Chancellor Geoffrey Howe. He feared Merseyside would be the hardest nut to crack, with easier opportunities in other regions. But Thatcher sent Tory Minister Michael Heseltine to see what could be done. He spent 3 weeks in Merseyside, walking and listening. He fought for investment, most notably transforming the derelict Albert Dock. A city and people once envied by the world now found themselves reliant on the whims of a government with limited money and sympathy to spare, and who was looking to new industries for growth.
Who am I with?
Matt. Matt works at Liverpool City Sites.
I think I'm going to take my first open-top bus tour.
You are indeed.
Because I've got a bad knee.
It's going to be a
and
great
also
one.
it will be great.
Yeah, and like I said, you can hop on, hop off physically.
Very good. Very funny. Where did the Scousers get their humour from? Famous comedians and...
I think it's more a kind of, I think it's more cultural than that. I think it's got more to do with the fact that, I know a lot of people from outside Liverpool say that, we've got this victim complex, but let's face it, Thatcher back in the day did want us to go through a managed decline, and we've not seen many kind of good times. So I think our humour stems from making the best of the bad times, almost like necessity. I think like kind of,
you have to be, otherwise.
Yeah, the harder you live, like the more you have to find humour and like kind of joy in everything.
The 80s left a generation of Liverpudlians feeling abandoned. But from the ashes rose the liver bird, lifted by the city's music and football. Liverpool won a historic treble in 1984.
Antics on the line. Missed it! It's well done, Liverpool.
And that same year, Frankie Goes to Hollywood released Relax. Banned by the BBC, it became a symbol of defiance, a city with nothing to lose. It spent 5 weeks at #1, celebrating rebellion through joy. You Spin Me Right Round by Dead or Alive followed in 1985. A new Scouse identity was forming. Football terraces became a hotbed of cultural change. European away days, Lacoste, Sergio Tacchini, the rise of the casual subculture, it all helped shape the modern Scouse style. Brookside, set in Liverpool, became Channel 4's most watched show.
Yeah, some tea made there.
Great, I thought you were nice.
But the decade ended in tragedy.
I've now seen 15 stretchers carrying bodies away.
At Hillsborough, 97 Liverpool fans were unlawfully killed due to police negligence. The media, especially The Sun, vilified the victims. Liverpool felt persecuted. Scouse Not English became a powerful cry of defiance and identity. Once a backbone of the British Empire, the rest of the country suddenly seemed to have it in for the Scousers.
A lot of Scousers, and I don't want to
I would rather Liverpool win a Carabao Cup than England win the World Cup.
Would you really?
100%.
I don't live in England, I live in Liverpool, and I'm a Scouser.
What country is
I'm
Liverpool
a
in?
Scouser. I don't care, it's just connected
No, of course you do, mate. What country is it in, Joe?
As the city showed signs of life after industrial collapse, its beloved football club lost its way in the 90s.
But now, disappointing Liverpool side.
For the first time in 30 years, Liverpool failed to win a single league title. The city, meanwhile, was reshaping its identity.
And welcome to another blind date. And
Cilla Black was no longer singing about hardship, but had become Saturday night TV royalty with Blind Date. Cool Britannia had very much arrived with the Blair election in 1997. Despite being a wool, honorary Scouser Mel C topped the charts with the Spice Girls. While the football club's Spice Boys, flash, overpaid and tabloid ready, stood in stark contrast to the gritty teams of the 70s and 80s. The Premier League had ushered in glitz, glamour and sky-high wages. Formby, once home to industrial giants, became a playground for footballers.
We're on Victoria Road, Formby, allegedly the most expensive road in the whole of Merseyside. I think we have a winner. Wouldn't look too out of place in Lagos, but must be the biggest. Most expensive cars outside it. I'm just loving that fake turf. Here we go.
That's an England shirt, by the way.
No man shirts allowed in here. This is a swimming pool area that we had built. We had a TV put in as well, so we can watch the games in here if any of the boys are around.
In the 90s, the club may have been struggling, but the city's culture was booming. The Lightning Seeds composed the anthem, 3 Lions. And Cream nightclub took Liverpool's electric musical spirit back out into the world, ever forging the modern Scouse identity.
Liverpool, lads!
2000 saw the release of Whole Again by Atomic Kitten. 2005, the miracle of Istanbul, with Liverpool winning their 5th European Cup.
There will be no second chances if Shevchenko misses. He saved it!
And in 2008, the city was named as the European Capital of Culture. Liverpool's star is rising again.
It's just been announced that Baroness Thatcher has died this morning.
Margaret Thatcher died in 2013, but it's clear that many in the city still felt the lingering pain of earlier decades and anger at the establishment cover-up of the Hillsborough disaster.
We're entering into a stage of remembrance here for 96 people that died going to a football game. That is our only remembrance in the game on Saturday.
The football club has been under foreign ownership since 2007, and German manager Jurgen Klopp's arrival in 2015 brought the glory days back to Anfield. Liverpool became a UNESCO World Heritage Site as the supreme example of a commercial port at a time of Britain's greatest global influence, but was axed in 2021 following modern redevelopment schemes like Everton's new stadium at Bramley Moor Dock.
Lord Heseltine was at Liverpool's Anglican Cathedral today, where he was made an honorary fellow of one of the city's universities.
Well, it is very stark, the contrast between a city that lost hope and a city that's now bubbling with excitement and opportunity.
The modern port of Liverpool is steady as the UK's 4th largest container handler, and the city's economy continues to diversify. Healthcare and life sciences, the creative industries and professional and financial services. The universities are thriving and tourism is booming, and Scousers still straddle the globe in all sorts of modern pursuits.
And the BAFTA goes to Jodie Comer.
Stephen, if I didn't know you were pint before, I definitely do now.
And the Emmy goes to Stephen Graham, adolescent.
That kind of thing doesn't normally happen to a kid like me. I'm just a mixed race kid from a block of flats in a place called Kirby.
The Paddy Empire!
You know me saying, lad, I'm a Scouser. We don't get knocked out.
Of course, issues remain. In 2024, following a horrific stabbing of young girls in Southport, anti-Islamic migrant protests spread around the country, and many of Liverpool's infamous firms continue to operate. I'm not sure if it's a badge of honour or not, but Liverpool is allegedly the only city in the UK where the Albanian cocaine mafia have been unable to penetrate. The economy is on the up, but the city remains certainly depressed in parts. Liverpool's story is one of daring and decline, British industrial pomp and Scouse recovery. Still haunted by injustice, but forever pushing forward. It flows like the Mersey, loud, proud, and impossible to ignore. Because in Liverpool, you'll never walk alone. It's been a pleasure to tell a small part of its story. Until the next time, thank you for having me.